Well.
Hey toy fans, Aaron here. Today, taking a look at Malakili, the Rancor Keeper. That's an easier name. Let's head to that table and check this one out. And first, as usual, a quick look at the packaging. This is, as you see, on that green POTF2 card. That gets you the nice shiny holo sticker that is covering the color photo underneath. Aside from that, everything's pretty standard. Darth Vader up top. Nice golden Star Wars logo with Power of the Force underneath. And of course, through the blister, you see the included figure with his accessory. On the back side, along the top half of the card, you got the bio information about him with a screenshot from the movie. And then on the bottom half of the card, you got your other figures and vehicles that were also available at the time, along with a little checklist of other figures that are just not photographed here. And now taking a look at it out of the packaging, you know, I gotta say, this isn't too bad of a figure, especially for that Power of the Force line where it was, you know, all the muscles were kind of over exaggerated. You had that exaggerated look to them. Everything for me is working on this figure. Looking in on the head sculpt, there's a decent likeness to the character in the movie. Not saying it's spot on, but it's pretty darn close, I think. Paint applications to the face are pretty simple, but it's looking good. Eyebrows are decent. Eyes are painted in nicely. And there is just a little bit of like black sprayed in there. Of course, what they did for the dirty look, but in this case, it's very subtle. And I think it's working all right. That little head wrap, I shouldn't say little, it's quite large. I mean, it covers his entire head. Goes down through the back. That's got a nice look to it. Definitely some fading of black into the brown. Not overly black. It just certainly gives it that dirty look. This I don't think is entirely the right color from what we saw in the movie. I think it was darker. I really don't care about that. Nice folds of the fabric sculpted in there. And then you've even got what looks like, I don't know if it's grommets or snaps or whatever, like, you know, that's would be keeping that fabric held over. You can see that slightly sculpted in there. On that neck area, you see does have a little strap painted in there. That's fine looking. Through the chest area, obviously isn't wearing a shirt, but I think really a nice sculpting throughout this area. The definition of the skin, the way the chest should be sculpted. You do have some black sprayed in there. In this case, I don't know if they're trying to paint in the hair on his chest or just give him a dirty look. Either way, it's working. It looks fine. Through the arms, he does have some accessories that are sculpted and painted on there. Around his bicep area, he's got these, you know, I don't know what that is. Just a wrap around the bicep with like this copper bulb thing sticking out at 3 places there on each one. And you know, this figure was later released, I think, in the Legacy collection. And as far as the looks go of this accessory, those were painted white on that figure. And I think what we have here for the painting is actually much more accurate to the movie than what came out on a later figure. And then for the wrist area, you see he's got these little wrist guards sculpted on there. Nice painting to that, along with some like copper grommets or something painted in there. Through the belt area, you got a couple different colors going on here. Obviously, you see the black belt wrapped around his waist with a little bit of a purplish, I'd say, maybe magenta cloth painted in there. That area, it's probably a little brighter than what it was in the movie. No big deal to me. And then on the backside, you do see the use of that purple again there too. Otherwise, guy's just wearing some green baggy pants. I think he got a great sculpt in the fabric going on here with the wrinkles and stuff sculpted in there. Definitely giving it a great look. And then for the foot area, obviously whatever those bulb looking things, you've also got wrapped around the lower part of his thigh. Nice painting through that area, along with a couple other black straps, and then kind of some greenish looking shoes, I would say. And then you can just notice throughout the leg and shoe area, you got this little spray again, kind of, you know, it's not like a real dirt wash or something, but they are trying to dirty up the figure, make it look like he's running around in the sand and stuff. As far as the articulation goes, that head, of course, does spin side to side, and, you know, not overly limited even with this head wrap on. It does go around the shoulders just fine. On the shoulder area for articulation, that left arm is going to be able to go all the way around. But his right arm is going to be a little more limited because of that head wrap being longer on this side. At the waist area, he's going to spin all the way around with no problem there. And then as far as the legs, you get a little bit of movement going forward. Things just start to bunch up and rub here, so that's all you're getting. And then that's how far back the legs go. Now he does come with one accessory, and that is what they're calling his vibro blade. Don't recall if he was holding one in the movie or not, like if he came running in and threw it down when his poor pet was crushed to death. But nevertheless, it's great that accessories included. Nothing overly special to it. This top round part here is nothing that we haven't seen on other accessories. And then as you get towards the bottom of the handle area, you got some stripes painted in there, maybe a little handle area or something. But otherwise, nice silver painting for this bottom part here. He can hold it just fine in either hand, but because, of course, your articulation is limited in these figures, you're not going to get any kind of dynamic pose with him using both hands. So overall, for me, this is a pretty good-looking figure. And I think it was right around the time that the Rancor was released in the line. So I think it was pretty cool that you have the figure and you got the Rancor. And you know, I think overall they did a pretty good job with this one. And so that wraps up this look at the Rancor Keeper figure. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on it in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.